اوكي hello everyone، مرحبا فيكم، يعطيكم الف عافيه جميعا، رمضان كريم عليكم. اليوم احنا بالسيشن الثاني بالكوميونيتي. راح نستضيف الأستاذة المحاضرة سارة الطيف. سارة هي أستاذة محاضرة في الذكاء الاصطناعي في جامعة UM 6B في المغرب، وباحثة ومهندسة متخصصة في تعلم الآلة، خبيرة جوجل في الذكاء الاصطناعي. أهلا وسهلا فيك يا سارة. نتمنى أنك أنت يعني تحصلي على جلسة مريحة. نحن بنتمنى أن تكون الجلسة هاي مليئة بالمعلومات المفيدة منك، وإحنا عارفين قديش أنت شخص جدا رائع من المنشورات اللي عم تعمليها باللينكد ان، من الكونتريبيوشن اللي عندك، فإحنا جدا محظوظين إنك موجودة معنا اليوم. يعني بتمنى إنه تكون جلسة لطيفة وسعيدة إلك يعني، وتفضلي المايك لإلك.
شكرا على الدعوة. It's a great pleasure to be part of the community and to speak with all of you today.
Yeah, the pleasure it's mine actually. Thank you so much. You can start.
You're welcome. Thank you. Let me just share my slides so we can get this started. Alright, screen. Entire screen. There we go. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Thank you. Alright. Can someone please confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. You can start. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, inshallah, I will actually be speaking about machine learning. So I'm going to try and kind of like tell you a little bit about my experience and give you, share how you can get started if this is what you're interested in. My Arabic is a little bit off, so I'm really sorry. I'm very bad at speaking in Arabic. That's one of the skills I didn't develop when I was young. So my name actually is Sara El Atief. I'm a Google developer expert in machine learning, or now it's called AI, Google developer expert. I'm an assistant professor at NCSDT, not actually UM6B. I did do a lot of talks in UM6B though. So I'm also a doctor in computer science with a thesis in multimodality deep learning for medical imaging. It's just a fancy thing that merges like different modalities, like image, video, and all of that. So I'm also an Nvidia Deep Learning Institute instructor, as well as Mindvalley certified business coach, and I am an AI advisor/mentor for startups. That's about me. The first question is how and where to start in the field of machine learning. But before that, the real question is, what is actually machine learning, right? And why do we need it? So let's assume we're trying to actually code an activity called walking. So if we want to code walking, using typical, kind of like algorithms and all of that, what we'll be doing is that, let's say we would be kind of like monitoring the speed of walking, for example, to know if the person is walking or running. So for example, we can say that its speed, a parameter, يعني السرعة, if it's less than 4, إذا كانت السرعة أقل من 4 سنقول أن الشخص يتمشى. But if we're running, what happens is that the speed, for example, is going to, let us say, if the speed is above 4, for example, إذا كانت سرعة تتعدى 4, we will say that the person is actually running and not actually walking. Meanwhile, if we want to kind of like take in cycling, which is actually a much more difficult activity to catch using typical parameters, we would say, for example, if speed is less than 4, we're still walking. If it is less than 12, then we're actually running. Otherwise, we will say that if it's none of these two activities, then we're actually biking, like cycling or biking, just ركوب على الدراجة. Now, what about golfing? So as you may know, with golfing, we have a bat and we usually like strike the ball towards a certain direction. We do move our body, but there is no speed because technically speaking, the only speed we can actually monitor is the hand speed. It's not, it's not our leg speed. So this breaks up this pattern. And this is where we can use machine learning to help us catch this time, not only the speed parameter, but also things like movement. We can just give the AI a couple of pictures of the person, and then it can tell us straight away what type of activity we're actually doing without the need to monitor any of these parameters, for example, his speed. So what is it exactly that is so different from the typical, coding that we do and this machine learning or AI thing? So with traditional programming, we the humans are the ones actually defining the rules. الإنسان هو الذي يقوم ببرمجة القواعد التي يجب على الآلة تتبعها. With machine learning, actually, we are the one giving the rules. We are expecting the machine to actually come up with the rules through the data. So for traditional programming, we the humans give the rules with the data and المعطيات. We code an algorithm that will provide the answers. But with machine learning, we give it the answers. So for example, if I want to classify images of cats or dogs, what I would do is that I would give the machine images of cats and then images of dogs, and then tells it, this is a dog, this is a cat, and then the machine will try to learn what it means a dog and what it means a cat, and then actually gives us the rules. So this is the real difference. Machine learning right now has amazing lots of applications, especially with generative AI. So typically, like before, with predictive machine learning, we have things like sentiment analysis that was used during Donald Trump's first election. He did use AI, I think, in the second one, but not in the same way. So it's also used in medicine to kind of like detect cancers, all types of cancers, and obviously other diseases. It is also used in trading to know, sometimes when to invest and when not to invest. It's used in self-driving cars. Ubuntu actually, like I remember, they deployed a version of it in USA. But things happened, and I'm not sure if they're still using that. There's also person tracking. I'm not sure if you saw this, but in the Korean movie, and kind of like a game, they actually like the AI. I mean, the robot was actually tracking people moving or not using AI. Obviously, this is just person recognition or instant segmentation. It's a complicated algorithm. So if we want to learn machine learning, what is it what we should be, kind of like know? So machine learning, to be honest, it's just 1000% max. الرياضيات ثم الرياضيات ثم الرياضيات. There is nothing. It's 1000% max. But obviously, because we are programming, we are kind of like taking math rules and giving them to the machine. We need computer science. That is the principles of coding things and giving them to the machine, like translating them from human language to machine language. And on top of math, there is something called statistics and الإحصائيات, which actually helps us get an understanding of kind of like a couple of data, right? When we have معطيات, الكثير من المعطيات, we need something that will help us to kind of like model, understand. And there is also what we call domain/business knowledge. AI في طب ليس هو AI في القانون، ليس هو AI في الطبخ، ليس هو AI في المجالات الشتى. So if we want to learn machine learning, what is it that we should be doing, you know? So these are recommended resources, right? They are not recommended only by me, they have been recommended by people who are pioneering. So these suggestions, هادو الاقتراحات الاقتراحات التالية هي اقتراحات عامة، يعني يمكن لأي أحد أن يقترحها. The first one is there are the books version and there are the courses version, right? There are some of people that learn. Yes, there are people who like to learn using books, and there are people who like to learn using courses. So for people who like to actually learn using books, for bookworms, there is the Python Data Science Handbook, because data science is the foundation of any AI algorithm. You can, or anything related actually to computer science must really use the data science principles. لأن المشي تتعلم من المعطيات، الإنسان يتعلم من المعطيات، لذلك يجب علينا فهم ما هي هذه المعطيات، كيف يمكن التعامل مع هذه المعطيات. There is also the hands-on machine learning with scikit-learn keras and TensorFlow by Aurelio Giro, the second edition. And then for people who like, you know, courses using video formats, there is also the deep learning.ai. This is a very new platform that has been kind of like exported out of the Coursera context, because deep learning was in Coursera, but then they kind of like made their own website where they are providing short bite courses where you can learn a lot of concepts, especially related to generative AI, agentic AI, agents, you know, and all of that. Apart from that, Kaggle has amazing resources, especially the Learn in section in Kaggle has amazing resources that you can just, you know, go check, and you will be able to learn quickly. That's actually one of the key words for Kaggle, is to learn quickly, not just the concepts, but also the actual how to code things, right? You can find a lot of amazing open source code in GitHub, especially when it comes to AI. There is also the amazing data camp. It is actually paid, but if you're a student and you have an email from your own university, what you can do is that you can sign up for the GitHub Education Pack, GitHub Student Pack. Through the GitHub Student Pack, they give you a lot of resources, a lot of free tools that you can use for a period of time, and one of them is Data Camp, and they give you Data Camp access for free for 3 months.
Sarah, yes. Sorry for interrupting you, sorry, but it's very important point here. We know there's a lot of students, a lot of people want to learn machine learning. Can I translate what you say in Arabic? Yes. Okay. سارة يعني عم تعطينا مصادر كثير مهمة، تمام، حتى نتعلم منها الماشين ليرنينج. اللي قبل كانوا الكتب، تمام، كثير مهمين، تقدروا انكم انتوا تتعلموها في هاي الكتب تقدروا انتوا تتعلموا منهم الماشين ليرنينج، وانتوا تبلشوا ببدايات بسيطة. هاي الكتب راح تساعدكم. برضو من أهم المصادر انكم تتعلموا منها الكاجل والجيت هاب. الجيت هاب كثير ضروري. عم تحكي لنا انه انت اذا طالب، تمام، ممكن انك تحصل مسارات تعليمية بشكل مجاني، تمام. وهاي المسارات احنا لما نحكي عن جيت هاب فاحنا قاعدين بنحكي عن يعني عدد ريبوزيتوري كثير كبير، تمام، ممكن انه احنا نستفيد منها، واشخاص فعلا لهم يعني قاعدين بيشتغلوا في المجال. يعني هاي نستغل احنا هاي الفرصة، شباب وصبايا اللي حابين يلاقوا فرصة، فعلا يلاقوا فرصة وبدهم يشتغلوا ويطوروا حالهم، خصوصا بالماشين ليرنينج. فهاي المصادر اللي عم بتعطينا اياها سارة جدا مهمة، وراح تساعدنا ان شاء الله انه احنا نبني الكارير باث تبعنا، وتكون هنا فعلا هاندز اون ماشين ليرنينج. سارة سوري للمقاطعة، بس هاي جدا النقاط جدا very important to
please do interrupt.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So as I said, if you're a student and you have your university's email, إذا كان عندكم إيميل الجامعة يمكنكم استخدامه للحصول على GitHub Student Pack. GitHub Student Pack سوف يعطيكم access to data camp and other resources that are for free. Some of them will be free for 3 months, some of them will be free for 1 month, some of them will be free for 1 year. So please do take this chance because it is extremely important, especially when it comes to data camp. It's the easiest resource that you can learn anything related to AI from. Even the hardest topics, you can find them on data camp in the easiest way to understand. Now, if you're actually interested in latest developments, you know, kind of like following up on what is happening and learning from trusted resources, check out big companies' websites. Every big company, especially part of the GAFA or manga, I think, or something like that, they always change their names. So the Google and the Facebook and there's also Microsoft, there's also Netflix, there's also Amazon. They have their own research kind of like departments, and they are always up to date with the latest developments. So if you're interested to know what is happening and you know what is lately happening, you can check these official websites, the research sections of these websites, so you can read about what is happening. So there is a Google AI and Facebook Artificial Intelligence. They have amazing latest research, and they explain them in easy ways. Now, my favorite, when I was still a student, actually still my favorite platform to learn from when it comes to learning something, like how to code something related to AI, and quickly, efficiently, and in a blog post format, that is Analyticspedia and Towards Data Science. So these are 2 platforms, and there's actually another one, I don't remember its name, but if you check Towards Data Science, you will definitely get recommendation for that one as well. So they always publish latest articles, you know, blog posts, and obviously walkthrough tutorials with code and all of that. Now, one of the things we kind of like miss out on when we learn machine learning, علم المعطيات لا يتضمن فقط استغلال المعطيات، ولكن يتضمن أيضا علم إبراز هذه المعطيات، علم توصيل المعلومة التي تكون في هذه المعطيات الضخمة. في هذا الحال نحتاج إلى what we call storytelling, data storytelling. Storytelling is something that we usually do. Like for example, if I tell you about I don't know, when I introduce myself, I'm telling you a little bit about me, right? It's kind of like a story. We also have story time. I'm not sure if you do also in your culture, but for us, we have something called a nuket. we usually we have grandmas telling them to us when we are young, and this is nukets, or actually small stories, are the easiest way for people to learn about something, understand it, and you know, make it useful to them. And you need this storytelling and data visualization so you can make it easier for the decision makers, المدير, أي شخص يترأس عليكم. They need them to understand what you're talking about, so they can make use of the material that you share with them. And obviously, we need that in machine learning as well, because algorithms are hard to understand. خوارزميات الذكاء الاصطناعي صعبة الفهم ليست فقط على ناس خارج المجال، ولكن حتى على الناس داخل المجال، يعني مختصين، ونسميهم in actually we call them black box models. We don't understand sometimes how they work, especially the big models. We have no idea actually how they process things. It's all maths, but it's too much maths for us to track. So we need easy things, easy tools, easy ways to explain what is happening inside these models and what they do to people who are going to make decisions to invest money, or obviously, kind of like help change the world to something better. Inshallah.
ممكن سارة إنه يعني نحكي بالمختصر بالعربي إنه الستوري تيلينج أوكي هي طريقة إنه إحنا يعني كيف ممكن إنه إحنا نعالج البيانات اللي إحنا بنحصل عليها، تمام، ونصيغها بطريقة إنه يفهمها صاحب القرار، إن كان مديرنا بالشغل، إن كان مثلا هو شخص عنده استثمار بده يستفيد، أوكي، فهي البيانات اللي أنا بعطيه إياها ممكن، تمام، النتيجة البيانات اللي أنا بعمل لها بروسيسنج، بعمل لها سانيتايزنج من كل الأشياء اللي ريدندنت، كل الأشياء اللي ما إلها داعي ما إلها معنى، تمام، كيف ممكن هاي الداتا الخلاصة، تمام، إنه أنا أستفيد منها لصنع قرار معين، لاتخاذ قرار معين. أوكي، وهي الطريقة اللي أسهل، تمام، من استخدام الألغوريثم. أوكي تمام. يمكن أنا هيك حبيت إنه أشرح بالعربي حتى توصل كل المعلومة إن شاء الله رب العالمين. أوكي شكرا سارة.
شكرا. So the next question is, what is the job market looking for in machine learning? That's a really tough question. We're clear out that AI has an amazing, or had in the past, because they don't have that anymore, an amazing report that explains the different, let's call them job titles that AI people have. So in brief, we have the data scientists. Data scientists do a little bit of data engineering, this one, a little bit of modeling that is building models, machine learning models, and then understand a little bit of in the business. Actually, they are kind of like usually the best people when it comes to business analysis. They do not touch deployment. That means they do not build the applications and deploy them for people to use. They have no idea how AI's infrastructure works. That means they have no idea how to make a GPU or I don't know, cloud instance work. They only know how to train models, how to question data and extract insights from it for business people. And obviously build models that will help business people. Now for machine learning engineers, they understand a little bit of data engineering. They're excellent at modeling. And because they have the title of engineer, they know how to deploy the application. At least they know how to actually serve these models, not only for data people to use, but also for users like us, like for example, ChatGPT is actually a customer-facing app, but it is a very simple way of making AI accessible to us. Otherwise, you will only be getting code to use. Let's talk about the data analysts, people who analyze data. So these people are very good at data engineering and have excellent, amazing expertise in business. For software engineering and machine learning, this is the title that you will be seeing a lot with huge companies. They usually have machine learning engineer or software engineer. With software engineer, slash ML, the most frequent. What is expected from these people? They understand data engineering. That means they understand how to deal with data, how to prepare their data for processing. They do have some understanding in modeling. That means they know how to build AI. They're excellent at deployment. Obviously, there are software engineers for that. They use it to build applications for users. And obviously, because they're used to building applications, they understand all of AI infrastructure. That is cloud, GPU, TPU, you name it, they understand it, and you can make use of it. Now, machine learning researchers, the people actually that develop algorithms in AI, they are very good at data engineering, and as in processing data and preparing for the models, and then obviously at developing models from scratch. Software engineers, the typical software engineers, the ones that develop applications, not the ones focusing on machine learning specifically. They're very good at data handling. They understand how to take data from someplace and make use of it. And obviously AI infrastructure. But they're not good at modeling because it's normal. They have never studied AI. Usually they're very good at deployments, but then obviously application deployment, not machine learning deployment. And obviously they have no understanding of the business. These are the different jobs. These are the different requirements that you need. So if you, let's say, for example, if you want to do software engineer ML, you do not only need to know how AI models are actually, deployed or built, but also you need to be very good at infrastructure. That is GPU, cloud. You need to be very good at it, and also you actually need to be very good at translating algorithms into actual code. That is, I'm really sorry, but this is the latest requirements. Before it was fine that we didn't understand how machine learning worked, but software engineers these days need to actually know how to transfer a model from research to actual application that people can use. What are the common mistakes made by new learners or mistakes I made and would advise others not to repeat? When I started learning machine learning, I started from scratch. I kind of used the Introduction to Machine Learning by Andrew Ng from Stanford, the one available in Coursera, the old one that had MATLAB code. That was the one I used to learn. Right after that, I actually learned deep learning using deep learning with PyTorch from Udacity. After that, I had done a lot of other courses, studied a lot of other books. Some of them are the ones that I actually give as recommendations here, the ones I showed you, but I actually did a lot of studying. But I didn't spend a lot of time building, coding the application. That's why, if you ask me right now, I would say I have forgot most of the theory because now I'm coding every day, right? So the best way to learn is learn as you go. So what do I mean by learn as you go? That is, learn what you need right now and kind of perfect it, Don't just learn it like this, but learn it in depth, Don't learn like this, learn like this. From A to Z, what you need, not everything that is related to the field. If you're interested in deep learning is a huge field, right? Get interested in something related to what you want to build. You want to build a chatbot? Learn how to build a chatbot. Don't learn deep learning, all of deep learning. Learn only what you need. And if you do a lot of projects that are different, you will be able to actually learn everything you need to learn by the end of 5 projects in your portfolio. But if you learn from scratch, you will take a lot of time and you might not have the right skills to show that you actually know what to do and how to do it because you didn't build a good portfolio. So the thing that we usually do in the community, and I highly advise not to do, this destroys your mental health, increases your stress and anxiety, and only increases your imposter syndrome. So imposter syndrome is when you actually know something, but because there are some people that are way better than you, you think you know nothing of that thing. So do not compare yourself to others. What you see in Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever platform you're checking out that has machine learning people there, what you're seeing is just years of work. When they show it to you in one post. Machine learning as with any other field, it's like math, it's like physics, it's like any other science. It takes time to learn, it takes time to perfect, it takes a lot of effort to gain expertise and build something meaningful. So take the time to learn and compare yourself to your yesterday's self and not the rest of the community. What I mean by that is that what did I learn today that I didn't know yesterday? If you didn't learn something new today, you can start complaining, you can start crying. But if you're improving every day, that is what matters. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. It doesn't matter if, I don't know, today we had ChatGPT, tomorrow we have DeepSeek. That's not your problem, okay? That's not your problem. Your problem is just improving yourself. Awesome. When you work on projects, I'm begging you, this is a mistake we all make. I made it too. Don't work on projects like, I don't know, with the cat and dog classified. That's not a project, okay? Don't put that on your portfolio. That will be a shame on you, okay? If you want to work on a project that is going to help you get a job and get recognition for your skills, work on projects that are end-to-end. That is, pick a real problem that you have or a problem that really excites you. Define it, find the data, train the model, then deploy that model for other people to use. Then put it on your GitHub and talk about it on your social media. You can even do a YouTube video explaining how you did it, right? But don't build small projects or go pick someone else's project as it is and then, say you did something. You didn't do anything. You did something when you learned something that was really hard, when you did something from scratch, or you did something that was, an addition to what other people were already doing. Sell your skills early to gain experience before you graduate. So this is one of the, I wouldn't call it a mistake. I would call it actually more that some people are aware about it, and some people aren't, and we usually pay the price. The people who aren't aware, we pay the price when we're looking for a job when we graduate. Don't wait until you have a master's degree or you become an expert to start actually selling your skills. Start building projects and selling them, even if you have to do, what do we call it already? Freelance projects, even if you have to do freelancing to kind of like develop your skills and gain some money, okay? Money is a good initiative. It's a good, what do we call it? Motivator. وحفز رائع to develop your skills. There's nothing like money, okay? And if you actually get money for what you're doing, it proves to other people that will be hiring you, inshallah, in the future, that you are worth the investment because someone found what you're doing valuable enough to actually pay you to do it. And please try to do it before you graduate, because when you graduate, there is no time to do anything. Apart, obviously, from worrying about the fact that there is no job. There is no hiding this from you. Jobs are getting harder and harder to get. Even if you have the latest skills, it has become much harder to find a job than actually, I think, to find a wife or a husband for women. So build a strong personal brand by learning/building in public. I'm not sure if you heard of this, but there is something called 100 days of coding, right? 100 days of learning machine learning, 100 days of learning AI, 100 days of learning HTML, 100 days of learning web development, right? These are just ways to motivate yourself, keep track of your learning, and to show people your skills. People that actually don't know you exist. That is what I mean by building a strong brand, personal brand. You need to make people know you exist, and they need to know what skills you have. And the more you show up on their feed, that is the more I see, for example, the more I see Sara El Atief on my LinkedIn, the more I understand that Sara El Atief is good, I don't know, for machine learning or for whatever she is posting about, right? This is the easiest way to build your brand, and your ticket you're actually finding a job much easily than than just showing your CV and giving it to people. Certifications, and then certifications. When it comes to certifications, to be honest, they are useless unless you get a certification that is usually a little bit expensive, is recognized by a huge entity, and there are people that trust that certification. Google has a lot of amazing Google Cloud certifications. These actually still have some weight, لا زالت لديهم قيمة في مجال العمل. That means if you have a Google Cloud certification in data engineering or machine learning, for example, you will be hired faster than someone who doesn't have it. So yes, I think Microsoft has the Azure AI one, and I'm not sure, I believe Oracle has its own. So just the big companies, but not all of their certifications. The specific certifications that are expensive, a little bit expensive, for example, the Google Cloud certification for professional machine learning engineer is like $200. And if your GDG is organizing a road to certification, and they will provide you with 50% off to pass this certification, if you want. How to determine the right specialization in machine learning? You can think of machine learning or AI in general as a tool. Right? We use this tool in anything. We use it in agriculture. We use it, we use it in hospitals. We use it in banks. We use it for everything and anything. As long as we need to automate something or there is a process that is being done and formalized, we can use AI to do it. Now, AI has, we can call them subfields, okay, or domains. There is the computer vision one, the ones that deals with images or videos, anything that you can see. There is the natural language or natural language processing one, the one that deals with text or speech, anything that is spoken in this language I am speaking. For example, this one is English, we have Arabic, any kind of language, anything that we can speak or hear is under natural language processing. There is also what we call reinforcement learning, the one that has been used along with natural language processing to develop things like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and all of that. So these actually, the reinforcement learning is kind of like you're teaching the machine like we're teaching babies. So, babies, for example, let's say we have a kitchen. The baby gets near the fire and then puts its finger on the fire, and then the fire, kind of like scalds it. That is, kind of like, and gets hurt by the fire, right? So it understands that the fire is a bad thing and it shouldn't touch it next time. This is kind of like what we do with machine learning. So if the machine does the work correctly, we reward it, we give it a reward. If it does the work badly, we actually subtract its point, so we give it minuses or punish it. This is reinforcement learning, right? So which one to choose? It depends on what do you like. So for example, for me, I mostly choose things related to computer vision because I am a person who really likes visuals. I'm a huge visual person. I learn by visuals much better than I learn by audio or, reading. So it's just a personal preference, and that is like how I advise you to choose, or you can choose based on the domain. Let's say, for example, you might use all of them. You might use computer vision, natural language processing, or reinforcement learning on fintech, for example, like financial technology. Or you can use it, for example, for, healthcare, right? So find what you like and kind of like get used and get familiar with what are the tools we use, what are the algorithms we use, and how can you learn them. Don't focus too much on what you should specialize in. Just focus on what you like and spend time on doing it. So last advice. If you want to learn, it is best if you learn in community, like right now. Participate in events and competitions. Highly recommended. That's where you meet people, improve your skills to the max. You don't improve your skills small, in a bit-sized way, but you improve them exponentially when you actually do competitions, hackathons. Obviously, sometimes you get money out of it. Just kind of like go out there and build, meet people, and learn. So work on projects that you care about. Don't work on something that you don't like. It's a waste of time. It is best that you work 1000% on something that you like than working 100% on something that you don't like, because you won't be able to enjoy it, and much like you won't be able to learn as much as if you were working on something that you like. Develop your emotional intelligence. That means develop your people skills. Improve your communication, improve your social media marketing. These days this has become a skill that we need to master. Develop your language. If you don't understand English, I'm really sorry, but you must learn English, because in computer science everything is in English. So it's like a language that is the language of your trade. You need to learn it and master it so you can best master the tools and techniques that are used right now. Obviously, if in the future, inshallah, we have more Arabic researchers that write in Arabic and do amazing things in Arabic, we won't have to worry about English. But right now, the world is dominated by English-speaking people and Chinese. So hunt opportunities. If you want something in your life in general, do not wait for it to come knocking on your door. It is best to go chase it. If you want a good job opportunity, you need to go hunt for the best internships. You need to work hard on some amazing projects, right? You need to go find your amazing jobs way before you graduate. Go find people, go learn about the company where you want to work at. Go find, scholarships, anything that you really like, go hunt it. Don't wait for the chance to come knocking at your door. There's no such thing. That's it from my side. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Sara. Sara, I want to ask you a few questions. Okay, yes. About the opportunity. Especially the student, when they graduated from the university, they not have much skills to get in any job. How they can develop their skills in machine learning, for example, by volunteering on project, do their own project, or how they can build the good network, let's say, to equip them correctly to gain a job.
Okay, so the most important thing in a job and why they pay you is they want you to bring something specific, right? That's why they pay you. They don't actually pay you because you have a degree. Although the degree is a messed up thing in the Arabic world, but in English-speaking countries, they don't really care what kind of degree you have. They care about if you can do the job or not. So what you can do is just learn how to do the job. They want a machine learning engineer. Go learn how to be a machine learning engineer. There are lots of amazing resources online for free. YouTube has a lot of them right now, right? In generative AI, agents, machine learning, deep learning, you name it, they are amazing resources, right? Find the one that you find easy to learn from. I do know that even some Arabic-speaking people are actually explaining machine learning in easy way, especially for Egyptians. There are lots of amazing people explaining it in Arabic, in your own mother tongue. So go learn from these people. Do some projects that are similar to the job you're looking for, and then that's it. Kind of like showcase them, talk to people about them, go to events like these and talk to people about the things you're creating, the lovely things you're doing, the amazing things you're doing. Get them excited and, get them to offer you an opportunity. That's it. It's actually as easy as that.
Yeah.
You just need to put in the
Yeah, okay. If we can say there's someone want to start learn machine learning, what's the roadmap you advise anyone want to start with machine learning?
So as I said before, the best thing to do is to figure out what do you want to contribute, right? Is healthcare something that you like, right? مجال الصحة أو مجال الصناعة أو مجال الفلاحة أو مجال الطبخ أو أي مجال, right? Just figure out what is it that you really, really like, and then figure out how people are using machine learning for it, you know? الناس ماذا يفعلون؟ كيف يستخدمون الذكاء الاصطناعي في مجال الطب؟ كيف يستخدمون الذكاء الاصطناعي في مجال الطب؟ كيف يستخدمون الذكاء الاصطناعي في مجال الصناعة؟ يعني يجب علينا التعلم من ماذا يفعل الآخرون لكي نكون أفكارنا الشخصية التي نقدر على how we can develop it.
ممكن أن صياغتها تطويرها مساعدتها.
Yes, thank you. So لكي نتمكن من تطوير ما نريد وكيف نرى ذلك الشيء في المستقبل باستخدام ما تعلمناه من الآخرين.
Okay.
That's it. There is nothing else. Learn from other people how they do it. Figure out how you can do it better, and you got yourself a job.
Yes. Okay. أي حدا عنده سؤال حاب يوجهه لسارة، فيعني إحنا ننتظر أسئلتكم حتى يعني نكسب كل دقيقة مع سارة، لأنه فعلا هي قامة علمية يعني رائعة. فرصة هاي أساسا أنها تكون معنا فرصة كثير رائعة. أوكي طيب.
I'm sorry, some people are saying there is some problem with sound. Let me remove my earbuds. They might be the one.
Okay. Okay. You can speak.
سماعي بطريقة أوضح.
Yes, we can hear you now. Okay. لحد حدا يسأل كيف بدي استغل الفرصة صراحة إنه يمكن حدا لبعدين يجي يفكر بهاي الأسئلة ويحكي يا ريتنا كنت هون. فأنا بتمنى إنه كل الأسئلة اللي أنا بدي أسألها تفيد حدا. تمام، نكون إحنا هيك زي ما نحكي إنه إحنا وسيلة بطريقة إنه الله يهدي يسر أمره لفكرة إنه تكون في باله. يمكن من النقاش اللي إحنا قاعدين بنعمله هسا إنه إحنا نساعد أي شخص. أوكي طيب، هسا إذا بدي أسأل إذا شخص بده يحصل وظيفة بالماشين ليرنينج, what the important skills he need to have? Okay, he need to be good in mathematics. Okay, for example, and yeah, or he need to be good in mathematics, coding, and how to visualize the code, how to visualize the data. He go through process this data. Okay, and what the competition? Okay, you advise the new learner to go through to get the skills, proper skills.
Okay, so it's difficult to tell you about the specific skills because as I presented in the presentation, we have titles, right? We have job titles. Every job title has specific skills they need to be good at, right? So for example, people that have data in their title, data science, data analyst, they need to learn how to process data. That is pre-processing, cleaning, visualization, all of this, right? Data scientists need to know how to build models and they need to understand the business side of things, right? This is important. It's not enough that you understand how to build models, you need to be able to understand the business. If you're in finance, you need to understand how finance works. If you're in healthcare, you need to understand how healthcare works, right?
Okay.
People that are building machine learning models, the machine learning engineers, usually we won't say they are not experts in exactly, they aren't exactly skilled to come up with new groundbreaking research, right?
Yeah.
But they're very good at translating research to applications,
Yeah.
right? And then there are the machine learning researchers, right? These are the ones that need to be amazing in math, probability, statistics, because these are the foundations to building good machine learning models, right? If you don't understand the mathematical principles, you won't be able to improve the algorithms that are based on math.
Yeah.
Software engineers need to be good at building applications, right? The ones doing machine learning, they need to be good at building AI applications. That is not just, understanding how DevOps works, but also how DataOps works. That is MLOps, how to deploy a model, what do we need in infrastructure, kind of like these things. So make sure that the best thing to do if you want a specific job, right? Make sure you check out the latest postings about that job. You want to be a machine learning engineer and you want to be hired in Egypt, right? For example, right? You want to be hired in Egypt, right? So what I would do is I would go look at the companies I might want to be hired at, right? And then look at what they want from a machine learning engineer and then learn these skills. Kind of like get the average, like pick the ones that seem to always be, they repeat all of them and then learn those skills. This is the easiest way to be job ready. But all of the data or AI jobs need to have some basics in statistics, probability, maths, and computer science. And obviously, the business domain that they choose to specialize in. Finance, healthcare, you choose the one that you want. You need to have some understanding of the technical terms, so you know if the model is doing its job or actually it's not doing its job when it's doing its predictions, right? So that's kind of like in general what you need. For competitions, the best thing to do is to start with Kaggle knowledge competitions. Knowledge competitions. Not the other competitions. The other competitions are actually extremely hard, even for researchers. So start with knowledge competitions. Then later on, go do hackathons and competitions in DevPost or lablab.ai. So there is DevPost or lablab.ai. Lab.ai. I am leaving them to you in the comments section, Mona, for your reference. Okay. So these are two. You can check them out. Do the hackathons there. Then, if you feel like you're ready, go do Kaggle competitions, the real competitions. Then try to become a Kaggle grandmaster. Good luck with that. It takes a lot of work. But if you become a Kaggle grandmaster, it's impossible not to be hired, by the way.
Okay. I will share the link on YouTube. That will be really helpful for other. Okay. Ibrahim Al-Hafiz, he said he have a problem. Yeah, he have many medal on tabular competition. I have started learning deep learning, but I failed to build a pipeline for that. Especially object detection task, I want to learn it from scratch. What's your advice?
Object detection. So actually, have you tried deeplearning.ai course? They have amazing course in deep learning. Let me find it for you. Deep learning specialization. They usually actually show you how to build these things from scratch. Let me just kind of like hope I can find it. Yes, this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, they do have financial aid available, so apply for that because this is a paid course. And this is the best course you can start learning from, right? Now, after that, the best thing you can do is go check out the implementation of PyTorch or TensorFlow of object detection. Don't check out the basic implementation. Go check out the functions, every function they built. Go check out how they built every function. Let me see if I can find object detection from scratch, if I can find some good code for you from scratch. Actually, if you just pick a model and learn how to build it from scratch, you will be able to learn it. Okay, Carol. All right, here it is. Check this one out. This is a blog post I just found. This might be helpful. Yeah, the best thing to do is just to check the actual code of every how do I say it, of every component. I don't know if they call function called batch normalization. Go check out how they coded that function behind the scenes, right? That's the easiest way to actually understand it first, because you need to understand how they built it first so you can build it yourself. But if you have some knowledge already in machine learning and you're very good at it, what you can do is go check out the original paper. The first paper, I believe the first paper was RCNN. This was the first object detection model. So check out that one and try to see if you can implement it if you can implement the architecture as they describe it in the paper.
إسماعيل عم بيسأل هل توجد منصات تنشر وظائف في مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي، وما هي أكثر المجالات طلباً؟
هل توجد منصات تنشر وظائف
في مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي، وما هي أكثر المجالات طلباً؟
Right now what they want is generative AI and agents.
Yeah.
The two things they speak about. Agents, then what do we say then? Then generative AI. So you can learn these in deeplearning.ai. They have courses, small courses that you can learn quickly around agents and and generative AI. Let me share it with you here as well. They have amazing courses you can check out. And also Weights has courses. Hugging Face has courses. Everyone has courses around generative AI these days. Let me find them for you to make it easier. AI courses. So this is this one. Okay, there is the. Let me find also the Hugging Face. Hugging Face courses as well. Hugging Face. Courses. There are spaces. Hugging Face has an interesting way of doing courses. They usually do them in their Discord, but they do have other ones here as well. Here it is. You can learn the latest of the latest. They always, kind of like develop the latest courses.
Ibrahim Hafiz, he said, I want to specialize as a machine learning engineer, but there's a lot of paper and research and ton of algorithm. How I can stay tuned and understand the previous paper and algorithm on the same time?
Research papers. You can check out Archive. Archive has always the latest papers around machine learning. Otherwise, you can check out Google Scholar or any kind of research-based navigator.
Okay, there's a question for me. I want to ask this time. Was there a good resource to learn TensorFlow? I tried to find tutorial in YouTube. I didn't find
The best way to learn TensorFlow is from the TensorFlow website. They have
TensorFlow.
amazing courses. Yeah, they have amazing tutorials. You can learn everything. Yeah, let me show it to you. This one. You can learn everything. It has from beginners to advanced.
Okay.
It has YouTube courses. It has anything you can think about.
Okay.
Oh, they even added Asians. Now, this one I didn't know about it.
Okay.
Yes, and there's Keras. You know Keras? Keras has some amazing tutorials as well. You will find them in examples. Let me share that with you as well. Here it is. And we usually use more Keras than actually TensorFlow. We use Keras more than we use TensorFlow usually.
Okay. Okay, Keras, it's with Python. TensorFlow, it's with Python, right? TensorFlow with JavaScript.
We always code in Python. In AI, we code in Python. Because Python is the most easiest for researchers, for scientists. But people actually develop real highly in demand AI tools, the ones that requires a lot of precision and power, like games especially. They usually develop them in C++. They do not use Python because Python is too slow for if we want something fast.
Okay. I think it's the end of our session. Really, it's amazing for me to have you and speak to you, Sara. You didn't know how much I appreciate.
It's my pleasure.
Really, it's like you are my rock star. Okay, I didn't know you are. I want to take your signature. I'm really glad.
If you want, I can try to improve my signature so you can have a good one.
We need that. اوكي محمد مصطفى عم بيبعث سؤال. اوكي، هل في روابط بين ال AI ومجال الداتا اناليسيس؟
If you heard ChatGPT, for example, they use a code interpreter to do the data analysis, to automate data analysis, right? So right now, this is what we have in data analysis around AI. Just automate it and accelerate the process because it takes a lot of headaches to analyze a huge data sets. So what they do is that they have the AI analyze the data and then just give us the insights. Obviously, it needs some good prompt engineering to be able to get the best out of it. And if you're an expert data analyst, it's I'm not sure if it's helpful or not because usually experts in their field, they hate AI because it doesn't do the job as they want it to.
اوكي. في حدا بده يسأل سارة؟ أنا متأكدة إنه سارة ما حدا بده يعني اليوم هيك متمسكين فيكي لآخر رمق. بدنا نسألك كل الأسئلة اللي عنا.
You can just send me if you have any questions. If, like, for example, we finish the session and you still have questions, just send them my way. Just send them on my social media. I usually am more active in LinkedIn, but I do check out my other social media. So just send me your questions. I mean, feel free. It's not like I have doors closed. My doors are usually always open. You can ask me whenever. I'm happy to help. If I can help, I'm happy to help.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
يعني إحنا سعيدين اليوم إن إحنا استضفناكي معنا.
Thank you. أنا سعيدة كذلك.
كانت من أمتع السيشن. يعني استفدنا كثير. Thank you so much for the resource you shared with everyone. I believe anyone who come across this video and see the links, he will find it very helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. رمضان كريم عليك وعلى عائلتك يا رب وعلى الجميع.
عليكم آمين.
يعطيكي ألف
شوفكم
إن شاء الله. يعطيكم ألف عافية.
السلام عليكم.